royal schools and non-boonaries.
I hate everything that just happened.
That came out of nowhere.
Welcome
But
back.
this isn't a cross-black campaign.
How about you suck my fucking nuts? Yeah, well, anyways, welcome back to Hunter the Requiem. So last time on Dragon Ball Z, y'all motherfuckers were motherfucking, and you motherfucked too hard, and somebody was like, hey, stop motherfucking in 2 days, or I kill you, and you were like, damn, but we love MILF coitus. And then y'all
What
were
the
like,
fuck?
hey, yo, what this Cropsy motherfucker about? And then the books were like, he lives on Crazy Street, and y'all were like, bat. Was that a good summary?
Yo, same.
Oh, you forgot.
Crazy called their crazy dad.
Yeah.
Hey, Daddy, I'm sad. And he was like, I will get the mob to kill your problems. And you're like, maybe don't. He's like, fuck you. Anyways, now that the audience is definitely caught up on what happened,
And not confused at all.
you know what? If you want to know what happened last time, listen to the last video, and listen to it on repeat a couple times. Listen to it a lot so that we can qualify for monetization. Anyways.
And then we get fucked over by anything we've put that's copyright.
Oh
Yeah.
no, this channel's getting nuked out of existence.
Give us enough retention so that we can make the next campaign actually monetizable.
Oh yeah. And we'll
No, it's
try
not
and
gonna be
keep it
monetizable as long as I'm around.
Never.
Full TikTok campaign.
Don't worry, I'll DM.
I mean,
Oh,
we could try
well,
streaming it on Twitch.
Oh
Regardless.
god.
So okay, but we're gonna start you guys off in the morning. It is around 9 a.m. And I'm going. Obviously, Monty, you've been up. You've been up for a couple hours now, but I do want to
Yeah.
ask.
Crusty
No nap.
eyes.
Nope. No nap. You are just out of it. A couple hours.
I'm out of
ago-
it, and I may have been starting an apology letter for yelling at Katie.
By the way, around the time you started that apology letter, Igor just slammed face forward on the desk and has not got up since then.
I checked his vitals.
Yeah, you have
Other-
confirmed. Oh, you did not need to check the vitals. His snores let you know he was breathing.
Oh right, they're all canonically very loud,
Loud
snores.
snores. Oh, yeah, we don't know. Ethan, do you snore in your sleep too?
So it's canon.
It's dead air.
It's canon that everyone aside from Monty
And
sleep-
Ethan now.
No, Ethan doesn't snore. It just feels like when you go into a room where he's sleeping, the air is just dead.
Yeah.
Oh.
So everyone else, I need you to know, snore is canonically so loud that they shake the rafters of buildings.
Oh yeah, since you're sleeping in my convertible four-door Lamborghini, you're like right next to my bed, so you feel the car vibrate.
I hate this
Yeah.
place. Why do I sleep here again?
So you
Hey,
did not. Well, that at least means one good thing. Igor is very much alive. You know Igor's alive. You kind of wish he wasn't partway through the night, but you know he's alive.
Thankfully, he left a note with what he figured out, so we know.
Yep. They were up all night. I assume last thing he did was turn to you in a delirious state, explain everything to you, and then collapse.
Oh god.
Says 2 words. Gone.
I think.
I do want to ask though.
The note just says Rosebud.
Oh, fuck
We're getting to
you.
around 9 a.m. and I'm going to say that everyone is awake by that point. But I want to ask everyone else. I'm going to just go down the list. I very briefly want to know, when did you fall asleep? When did you wake up? Starting with Ethan.
When did we get back is the better question.
Y'all got back. I'm going to say around.
Oh yeah, you taunted the security camera, so you'd be later than me and Rhea probably
Yeah.
going to sleep.
Because I made the most threatening, I pointed to each one of them and walked away.
So I'm going to say that you woke up around. I'm going to say that you guys all got back. You yourself were in by, let's say, it was late. I remember. It was late enough the libraries were closed. So I'm going to say It was around 1 a.m. by the time you were done with the camera stuff.
I immediately went to bed then, without a shadow of a doubt. Ethan 100% went to
The
bed
vibrating
immediately.
car made you feel like you were being cradled.
Are you the kind of guy who, like, actually gets a nice full 8 hours of sleep, or is like, I go to bed immediately and then I wake up 3 hours later and that's all I get?
No. It is go to bed. He kind of got used to the 3 hours, but now that he's a little older, he goes any more than 3 hours.
Right, so you're
we'll
If
probably
it's stuck
do
to 3 hours, he's fine though.
Yeah, we'll do like 6 for this one.
Alright, so you've slept for about 5 hours. And then I'm gonna move on to our good. We already know about Montgomery, so Max, when did you fall asleep? When did you wake up?
The minute I got back into the car, because he's like, I need to have some sleepy thoughts to see if I can come up with something.
So you probably went to sleep around midnight?
Yeah, approximately. And I think that my character would have that weird thing to where he can get like less than 8 hours, but be fully rested, but only like 6 hours, not like crazy.
So you
like
woke up
4
around
hours.
6. So you also woke up around 6 a.m. same time he did.
Mm-hmm.
You stopped snoring and then fucking instantly Ethan eyes just.
What happened? Something just happened.
The white noise stopped.
Something just happened.
And now Rhea, you went to sleep a little bit later than at least Max did. That's for sure.
Yeah. So I had to go through Monty's tirade, and then I talked with my dad for at least 30 minutes.
Yeah.
50 years.
So probably you ended up going to sleep like just a little before 1.
Yeah, probably.
And about how long do you think you slept?
6-7 hours.
Alright, you know what? Since everyone says that they basically woke up around 6, I'm actually just gonna start us at 6 a.m. Everyone's waking up around the same time. Igor, Monty, you have not slept. Did you actually try to write a note to her?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I do want you to give me a... I said mental, but I also kind of mean social included with that. No, I'm gonna say -2 mental, -1 social. Could you give me a charisma persuasion for how that letter turned out? With
I'm
-1.
sorry.
Could I instead do charisma academics?
Okay, that will be -3 dice since you rely on 1 mental and 1 social.
So it's
Worse.
actively worse to do the better dice pool. Okay.
Hey, you're relying on both your mental and social skills, which I'm saying have minuses. No, I won't be that much of a dick. I'll only count it as the attribute. Yeah, sure. Although, wait, no, why academics? Like, I think an
Being able
apology
to write it out correctly.
To be fair, I think writing an academic apology would come off really dickish and, like, smug.
If anything, it would be more craft. Or
Yeah,
performance.
I can see craft as an argument there. I feel
Wow,
like writing...
all your guys' suggestions are 0 died. Look at my choices.
Hey, guess what?
All
Maybe
right.
you should put that into the character.
No,
Listen,
it's
man.
fine. Like,
on,
the only
hold on,
thing I could think to
Wait,
suggest
guys.
other than those would be insight or subterfuge.
hold
I
on,
can
hold
see
on.
insight.
Hold on. He wrote that before he got that extra tired.
I think so. First of all, subterfuge I don't think works unless this apology is insincere. Which is it?
No?
Okay, then not subterfuge. I can see insight though. I'll allow insight.
Alright.
Monty, was this
Charisma-
before or after you got tired?
Because
Okay.
it is before
In
he
the
got
process,
tired.
pretty much, so before.
Well, like, Fine. I'll allow it. I think it's
saying.
funnier if we count it as before. Or count it as happening after. Like, honestly, if it's before, you just write the note. Like, I'm not gonna make you roll for it. If you do it after, is when I'd make you write it. And I said that you started writing the note around the time Igor passed out, which would imply that you guys are already very tired.
Okay, then never mind.
All right.
Okay. I was going off of what Beth was asking.
I was asking, I wasn't saying.
Right,
What the fuck?
stop vibrating your guitar.
Was it a guitar?
It's not.
No.
It's a spring he fucks with.
Oh.
Anyways,
All right. Rolling.
all right. Rolling, you're probably like 2 dice.
What was the minus again?
-1 for social stuff. I'm gonna base it off the attribute, to be fair.
I have 4 dice.
All right.
Better than nothing.
Hey, that could be fine. And this isn't quarry based, so you can pop crits.
Yes, I can.
Unless I'm your quarry. Oh, God.
What the fuck? Oh, explain that to me, woman.
Well, she is technically a supernatural. She is technically a sorcerer, so. And you can hunt sorcerers in this book, so I guess if you ever want to kill Beth, she then counts as a quarry.
That'd be a very bad idea. Also, holy shit, 5 crit.
Okay.
Damn.
I have the most dumbfounded face from that conversation.
Good.
I mean,
All right.
same for Max because of his hypertech.
Yeah.
Technically, okay. Aside from Ethan, currently, all of you are sorcerers.
This is bonkers. How the fuck did I end up here? I should have never took that favor.
You use your enhanced eyesight. You're all wizards to me.
Motherfucker, you have a stand!
Don't worry about it. Sure, we keep that under the low.
Listen, he has a stand.
That may not jerk him off every night.
I'm not gonna touch on a certain mage merit I saw earlier until
Anyway.
after the session.
So, you are gay. No, you managed to write up this note, and we don't need to know the full contents, but can you give us sort of the arc? Like, what is the apology about specifically? Like, how are you phrasing it? How are you trying to apologize and speak to what you did?
It is, at least trying to be, a deep and sincere apology to her about basically losing his cool. And you can tell he actually really cares about it, because he sort of just groggily hands you what is clearly the first draft without any edits.
Yep.
In the way that, like, I wrote this. And he then goes to make cereal.
There are, I will note, a couple spelling errors, but
Only
that makes it more sincere, if anything.
Mhm.
yeah.
A couple of misuses of words.
He uses the wrong there quite frequently.
He does use sort of flowery language, but not in sentences that support it. He was like, fuck, what do I use to, like, make that sound more sincere? And then he was like, that. Fuck, what next? Where if he had done a second draft, he'd probably have actually made the sentence support that word.
Oh.
It is also, like, both sides of the paper. So it's a bit wordy.
So, you're gonna need to take a bit to digest that, but...
Yep, I do so.
Alright, after reading through it, though, how do you feel about the apology?
With a 5?
Yeah, probably pretty good, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
Yep.
Ooh.
Meanwhile, he's just, like, trying to not spill milk on his shirt.
Trying not to fall asleep into the milk. of the cereal.
Yeah.
Do I have? Hold on, I have to check if I have any more of that like super coffee.
While that's happening,
Oh yes, what he needs.
Max and
Rum.
Ethan are probably. I'm gonna also assume going to the front to get some. I'm gonna get a canned thing of coffee.
All right.
Can of coffee from the fridge, and then he's gonna draft up something.
Damn, I don't.
With
Okay.
my hypertech,
Super coffee.
because he has at least one theory that he's gonna pop up while he's making this. If anybody's gonna like come towards him in his office, and he can go buy some of the like 3D printers from New York at this point, at some other point.
Yeah.
But I want to make a specifically like a gun that can pull certain objects towards it,
Magnetic.
using magnets. Yes, there we go.
Magnet.
To at least get the one weapon that this guy is using away from us, so he can't kill us.
All right.
And also because he has a theory about something.
All right. Sure.
All right, I'm
For that, give
God, I
me
love
an
tech sorceries.
give me an intelligence craft hypertech.
Yeah. I'm guessing this is improvised gear, specialization, and speed crafting and frugal because that's all the stuff that I literally grabbed all the edges for improvised tech.
Jesus, could you give me that fucking list again?
Frugal, specialization, mass production, I believe too. Yes, I did. And then speed crafting.
Since you're just drafting something, I don't think all of those are quite as relevant here.
Okay, but I'm just making it, and then I can do it again, I guess, for those. I'm guessing, right?
Well, you're drafting it currently, which is more like you're making up the design, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I'm gonna get all the stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So for right now, just give me the intelligence hypertech that you can use. What does frugal do?
With their trinkets and tools on their person in a bag or another container, the hunter can apply edge anywhere.
Yeah. You're not building something right now, so that's not really totally relevant. Those things will apply later when you actually
Specialization will be But I can't. But I guess making it the edge of speedcraft means I guess I write it down faster. I guess.
Yeah, you can basically get it done before breakfast is done.
Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dice. Oh shit! Almost lost one of the dice.
Jingle jangle.
Jingle jangle.
Oh! There's a 10 right there. So that's 2 successes so far. No more there. That's 5 dice rolled. 6. Oh my god, you've got to be fucking kidding me. And this is the 8th dice. You've got to be fucking kidding me. I got a crit, but I'm guessing this is against the quarry since I'm making it.
No. Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, fuck off!
But remember, you can pop it. It just comes with possible dangers.
I literally only got 2 successes.
Okay, well, you keep in mind, you're just drafting it.
Oh my fucking
So
god.
that's
We have
not
2
the way.
days.
Yes, I know. No. Here's what I'll say. I will let you do this as those 2 successes, but if you do that, it will require specialty parts that you will need to, that you would not be able to get delivered to you in time, so you need to try to find a place to get them. Or you can try to pop the crit, and you'll make a better version of the design that will let you just be able to make it with whatever.
Okay. The danger's only with the Camarilla right now, so...
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Alright, pop it, roll with a danger die, so if you get a 1, it increases the danger.
I got a success, so that's 3 successes.
Alright, 3 successes. You initially make a design that requires this, basically rare earth magnet, and you think about it for a second.
And remember, I wanted to specify so it doesn't grab, if we're in an alleyway, grabs the fucking guardrails too. It's like, it has a lock-on mechanism, basically.
Yeah, you think about it for a second, and you scrap the design, and you take that part of the design out and switch it out for this more, basically electromagnetic pulse generator. that is supposed to be having slightly more specialization. And while that is going to be a little trickier to build, it requires less uncommon parts. Currently, as you have it, most of what you would need, you'd be able to gather from a computer store. You would need some sort of gun as the base, and you would need some magnets, which those can be picked up a lot of places.
New York doesn't have many gun stores, but
yeah,
I
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I do not believe that.
It's one of the states where you don't really.
New York
have
has pretty strict gun laws.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they've got very strict gun laws. New York City specifically, I imagine,
they don't
does
have a lot of
them.
From what I know, they don't have a lot of legal, openly facing gun stores.
So that might be a streetwise.
Mm-hmm. Does anybody know
Rod,
a decent place where we can get a bunch of guns without much hassle?
I feel like this would either go to Ethan
Auntie
or
just
Monty.
looks over at you. I'm from Boston.
Well,
Of course I know how to get a gun, but
Ethan, I would actually ask here. Would you like to make me a wits? Let's call this. You basically have in memoria as a hunter. What do I want to call this? Wits insight?
Yeah, I can make that.
And to just like see if like you know this area. No, wits streetwise to see if like you know this area well enough. I'm gonna call this a difficulty 3.
That is still possible. Where the fuck are the dice?
It's all
rolls
possible unless you're me. Rolling fucking 3
I
with
mean,
because you
eight.
complain to your dice too much.
I didn't complain at
Yeah,
them
the
at
dice
all
think you're a
before
little
this.
The dice think you're a little bitch, so they won't do it for
I
you.
got 2 successes.
You can re-roll if you want.
Yeah, you can with willpower.
Everyone
and
should be
also-
back up to full willpower
Yeah,
anyways.
you guys are all back up to full, so you can reroll.
Make a
if you
point
want.
not to use more than 5 because
Yeah.
Then you lose.
I have 5 resolve.
Yeah.
I mean, sure. I'll go to 4 willpower right now.
Well, remember, it's the lower,
3.
not the full thing.
Yeah, I know. I got 3 successes.
Alright, so you think back, and you remember back in your younger days that there was this gun store that was run kind of very specifically in the bottom of a bakery where this kind of ex-army guy was peddling weapons.
Who said they wanted a gun? Like, this is in character.
Me. Need some so I can make everyone a thing to at least help out against
Well-
our quarry.
You're rich, right?
Yeah.
You'll be fine. I know a bakery that we can go to.
Okay. While that's happening, I'm guessing you two probably don't want to go up one in Montgomery and Rhea, so I have a question for you two. Can you two search up stuff about cursed items, maybe / weapons too? Because I had a thought about it while I was sleeping last night.
Sure.
That instead of it being a guy or a spirit or some shit, it could be the hook that's cursed. Who the fuck knows? Because it's different races holding it, killing people. It could just be different people because they picked up the cursed object. And that's also maybe why separate big portions. But
Are we sure it's not just a vampire?
could be, but might as well search cursed weapons. And I'm also just doing this
Fair.
so we can get rid of the
This is
biggest weapon.
Fair.
if it also is a vampire, they're being very sloppy with their work.
Yeah, they're not.
That...
Well, they are also feeding off of nightmare glamour, whatever the hell you called it. Don't know whatever the fuck that is. So,
Max,
mm-hmm.
if you're going and doing that, could you do me a favor?
Mm.
Could you guys get me something concealable?
A
Do you want
gun,
bagel as well?
knife, what? Just saying, get something concealable.
Something that I can load. And if I am in a situation where something thinks it's safe and I'm not, unload, preferably fire into it.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
I would say a flare, but that's iffy in a lot of situations.
I mean, this guy, depending on who this guy is that you're bringing to me, he may just have a flare on him. Hell, maybe even a flare gun. I could just make you a miniature flamethrower at some point.
More like...
Because most flamethrowers
You know those, like, novelty guns that, like, are a very small handheld shotgun where it's, like, one bullet? That, but where it's a dragonfire round would be wonderful.
I'll probably grab a few dragonfires, too. Well, since this guy's owning a bakery, I'm pretty sure he probably has the experimental or other shit we shouldn't have rounds, so... We'll see.
If fire doesn't work on something, we're in bigger trouble than you think.
Okay. Tell me where it is, and we're gonna park way the fuck away from it, Ethan. And we just go to my Lamborghini car.
Okay.
My Lamborghini.
What scene do we want to do first? Them researching or us going to the gun store?
My character, as he goes to the Lamborghini, goes, if you do need sleep, I'd highly suggest at least getting a nap of an hour, because you'll need it.
My boy, unaware of it, does the blink one eye after the other thing.
The frog blink.
You look like a lizard.
Oh, yeah, it's lizards. I think it may be both, but I can't remember. I know. I know
God, you don't exist, and aren't you supposed to be a woman?
He's a lost cause. Come on. I say to Ethan.
All right.
But yeah, who wants to go first? I don't really care. Whatever scene you think will work better first.
Give me. Let's start with them. Let's start with the research, and then we'll go to the gun store. And it doesn't necessarily need to be research. I more just want to ask, what are y'all doing?
I'm like, should we go to like a library, or does your dad have like book stuff that we can look at?
Also, I have the computer system with all the files.
I will note, just for reference for Monty, the more local something is to the non-Boston area, the less likely it is that your father has notes on it, especially the further out you get from Boston.
Highly unlikely that he'd have specific object notes on something from the area.
But he would have general stuff about cursed objects.
He's got general stuff on how they work, though.
I mean... if you want to look at that while I go to a bookstore or something like that, or library, and look up local myths.
Sure.
Alright. Splitting up the gang. Woot woot woot.
Splitting it up even further. Hell yeah. Alright, I guess since we were staying in the RV, let's stay in the RV extra. And let's go Monty first.
Fuck yeah. Was that a library roll?
Yeah, it's a library roll. It's your dad's library.
Nice.
I believe you get -2 because it's mental.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's technically mental. So -2 to the dice pool. Yeah. Let's give me one quick second to double check how that edge works. Oh, or what specific edge are you trying to call on? I guess I should ask first.
Library.
Yep. you have any perks for library?
Yes. Yes, I do.
What perks are you trying? What perks would you like to use here?
I have where they hide, who they are, how to halt them, and how to harm them.
This would probably be...
Which all adds clues and give a bonus to dealing with those specific things.
Yeah, this is probably...
Otherwise, it's basically just research.
Yeah. Alright, give me a resolve academics.
Nice.
I'm gonna call this, since it's like I said, more general stuff, difficulty 4. And...
Alright. What was the minus I have?
It's -2, but I'm gonna count this... Give me a second here. That's not really quite what it is. I'm gonna count this as who are they. Technically, it's more what is that object, but it's the closest one.
Yeah.
So you will receive. So technically, it's only gonna be a 1 die minus because you get a bonus to doing this. The bonus is equal to the margin of the edge test. It expires after and cannot be greater than 3 dice.
The bonus I get is 2 dealing with the thing after I've done the research.
Yeah, so that's fair. All right. We can remember that for later. I'm gonna count this as who they are because that's the closest to what you're researching.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Give me a difficulty 4. Resolve academics. I think I said 3 earlier, but considering it's general, I think 4 makes sense.
All right, using willpower. All right. Nine.
Oh, okay. Well, you definitely succeeded.
Crit.
All right.
Monty, half fucking dead, looking at the computer screen.
Researching this, you were quickly able to find a few different things. There are a number of different types of cursed object. Quite obviously. Your dad's classified them into 3 different main categories.
All right.
Fetishes / talismans. A category he calls instruments. And then...
Yeah, accurate.
A final...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's meme. And then the final category that he called... I'm trying to think of what word he would use for this. A final category that he calls glamour items. Basically, you quickly understand that spirit items, that talisman / fetishes, seem to interact with spirits and have spirits binded to them. Instruments is a much broader category for general magical items. And finally, glamour items is very specifically things that interact with glamour and the ideas of emotion and imagination without a spirit tied to them. It doesn't take a lot for you to realize that this must be some sort of glamour item.
Let's go.
The notes seem to say that the items tend to be less useful in the hands of those who don't understand their meaning. That they tend to be very, like, he puts an example in there of a butterfly knife he found that to most people seemed to just be an ordinary butterfly knife, without much more to it. It was just a dull, ordinary item. But in the hands of its user, it became a great sword. And he theorizes that it's more important who the wielder is in some cases than necessarily the object itself, or that you at least need to perceive the true nature of the object to use it.
Okay, so figure out the object, possibly just take it from someone else.
Yes. But, so basically, a lot of other magical items will be somewhat not necessarily obviously magical, though fetishes and talismans tend to be. Like, these are going to be the most mundane looking items. They're the easiest to overlook if you don't know what you're looking for. And,
Yeah, because it's something someone probably fucked around with in life.
Yeah.
In this case. If it's a
You
ghost
often-
thing. If
I
not...
don't know, remember, these are glamour infused, yeah.
Oh,
That's the kind of thing he's describing.
yeah.
So,
Monty is half asleep reading this information and thinking, what is the difference between
so you have
like ghost emotion stuff and fey emotion stuff? Oh,
you have a-
fuck.
+3 margin to dealing with this. Oh yeah, that is also another category he had, was kind of a sub-note at the bottom, was fetishes. He noted that they don't always have magical properties, that sometimes they're just important to the wraith, but sometimes they can.
By the +3 margin, does that mean just like anything intellect-wise he knows +3 about? Like what
No,
is that?
basically, if he basically from now on, any attempts to obtain the item will have
okay.
a +3 bonus.
Hey, so that means when we use our weapon, let's go. If it works at all.
I believe. Let me double check. Technically, I'm kind of using it weirdly.
I mean, it's worded weirdly, so everything in this damn book is
It
worded
has, okay,
weirdly.
so attempts to identify the prey receive a bonus. So I'm going to say in this case, attempts to identify the item receive a bonus, basically.
Okay.
So when you get it and you get your hands on it and can research it more properly, you have it. Monty will have an easier time understanding its property.
All right.
Right.
That is going to take you most of... That still took you most of the day to research, though. And not really most of the day, but the next scene entirely.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to go over to... we are now going to go over to Beth.
Woot. Woot.
You have made your way to the most powerful domain, your local library.
I asked the librarian, hey, is there a section with local myths and legends?
The librarian looks up at you, looking extremely bored, and just goes, Section 30.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I go over there.
Alright. With that, there's a couple different things that you see. And eventually you find, a book titled Men and Monsters, Mythical Killers of New York.
Ooh, I grabbed that.
Yep. Alright. Give me a research roll. This is more so about trying to identify who this person is, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so, what edges do you have to library?
I have binge and group study.
Well, binge works here.
Yeah, it cuts the work time in half.
We're going to count this as... Because this is more having to deal with fact versus fiction. So to sort out the truth, we're going to count that as difficulty 4.
Yeah.
Give me a resolve academics.
Is one of these a... just curious. Is there a desperation die in these or no?
Yeah, there would be you would have desperation due to the Camarilla's presence. But no, you don't have to. You choose when to use desperation is the mechanic.
Oh, okay.
You use it as a bonus. You don't have
It's
to.
how we used to think hunger dice worked.
Got it.
You choose when to use it. It's a bonus.
All right. And currently we have 1 desperation, so I could use 1. Okay.
Yes.
Let's
But you don't
see.
need to.
I'm not gonna. Just curious.
Fair.
Rolls terribly, I'm gonna.
Shut up.
You know what I said? That was a subterfuge roll on my part. I succeeded. I actually did roll.
I am going to chance using the
You gonna pop?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna chance it. Yep. Oh my god! I succeeded. Holy shit. 4. That's 7.
All right, 7.
Yep.
So you look through and you finally find what's going to be probably the most helpful here, which is a full description of what Cropsy looks like.
Ooh.
There are stories of multiple people using the items and whatnot, but it's known that Cropsy is a man with who wears a dark trench coat. He is incredibly tall. The story said a lot of the accounts say that he's well over 7 feet tall. He has a hook for a hand and stark gray skin.
Give me a second. I need to.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Down. So, Cropsy. Spelled that wrong, probably. Cloak.
It's with a C.
Cloak.
Trench coat.
7. Oh, yeah. Trench coat. Over 7 foot?
Yeah, he's over 7 feet tall and has gray skin.
Gray skin.
As well as deep red eyes.
Alright. Was there anything else about, like, an item that he might have had, or...
Well, there's the hook hand, obviously. It's mentioned that no one has ever heard Cropsy talk. That he is slow and lethargic in his movements. And he has this sort of tendency to, that when a lot of people see him, he sort of almost looks like he's popping all of his bones in place before he starts moving towards people.
When seen, looks like popping bones.
Yeah. People describe him as almost looking like his arm is dislocated before he shoves it back in himself.
Alright. I'm doing, like...
Yeah.
At least a little bit of note.
Yeah, no problem.
Alright. Anything else?
Nope, not too much.
Right. So, just to recap, black trench coat, over 7 foot, gray skin, deep red eyes, hook hand, no one has heard him talk, and he is slow and lethargic in movement. When seen, looks like popping bones before he moves towards them.
And also male.
And male.
But
Yes.
we heard descriptions that they were different races and genders, right?
Yes.
Okay.
This seems to be the most common description of Cropsy. And also, to be fair, Grayskin's not exactly a race.
Yeah.
You apologize. There are aliens in the Umbra that are very upset right now.
And they can suck my novel.
Oh, yeah, fair. They are trying to invade.
Anyways. I will just say that towards the end of you being there, you hear somebody with a quiet voice come up to you and say, sorry, I just haven't seen you here before. Please be careful with that book. It's really delicate. Give me a second to get their image. I will note they are not smoking currently. They just have a cigarette in their image.
Got it. And she's like, I will, I promise. I actually just finished up, I think.
Thank you. That's one of my favorites. They say, like, keeping their voice quiet down, you know, library and all that.
Yeah. Is there actually anything of note about if it's one of your favorites, you've done a lot of reading in it, I assume?
Oh, yeah.
Did you do any follow-up with other books on some of the on what's in here?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It was really interesting, the idea Spring-Heeled Jack came to America, so I read quite a bit about that.
What about
you know,
Cropsy?
Hmm?
What about Cropsy?
Cropsy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've read about him. It's interesting. They seem to have this very unified look for him. And sure, I do think he looks like that, but there's other stories, different races and genders. You know, it was just a conspiracy, but I've read the idea somewhere that with the bones popping in place, that maybe he changes himself around.
Honestly, that sounds completely fair and logical. Well,
Yeah.
as logical as you can get with mythology.
Mm-hmm. They say as they go over and grab the book, like heavily inspecting it to make sure there's no tears.
I promise
What?
you I didn't tear it.
No, of course, I just wanted to double check. Why are you interested in Cropsy?
Oh, I just am passing through and I like random mythology, and I heard somewhere that people are dying and they think that Cropsy's back or something like that. So I was just looking.
Bit of
it up.
paranoia, but interesting idea.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know about Spring-Heeled Jack?
I know a little bit, but not much. I know
He
he
was
was
another-
in what, France?
England.
Ah, sorry.
He's just another interest of mine. Apparently,
Well,
he's said to be able to jump entire buildings.
It caused quite a fright for a lot of people.
Oh, yeah, but hey,
I heard it was
fear
a
is
group of
powerful.
people, not just one.
Sorry, could you repeat?
And she said, I heard it was a group of people, not just one. Somewhere in a book.
That sounds interesting, but I don't know about that. Sorry to interrupt you, though.
No, you're fine. Again, I was just about done. Any book suggestions?
Oh, yes! If you're interested in urban legends, I know it's gonna sound silly. if you're interested in urban legends of our area, I know it's gonna be silly, but there's this book called Monsters from Below. It's about sewer gators.
Ooh,
It's a really fun read.
I'll grab it and read it.
Yes, sewer gators.
I hope you enjoy it.
All I can imagine was like that. You know the commercial of Vin Diesel, those like weird, like very strong sharks. I forget, are they called gang sharks or whatever the shit?
Street sharks?
Yeah, street sharks. I was just imagining that were like street gators.
Street gators.
I go and look up that book because why not? And
All right.
And then
Yep.
Head out.
I'm not gonna make you do a research roll for this, but you do get to read a very fun story about sewer gators.
Sewer gators. I'm gonna write that down just in case it comes up.
Yeah.
Red.
We're next to the sewers. Kick him into the sewers. The
book
sewer gators will get him.
about sewer gators.
Good.
There we go.
All right. And then finally,
You never know. That might come in handy.
You never know.
y'all make your way to the gun store.
Alright, what do you know about this bakery? Do they need a secret password to be brought in? To at least be brought back to the back to buy the stuff, I guess? I'm asking that to Ethan, yeah.
Yes, I know. To Steven's character, in order to be brought back to buy guns, it's known that you have to go up front and order the Sergeant Special.
This terrifies me for what you're planning.
I
Out
told
of
you.
character, that this just terrifies me with
Oh,
that one
Lord.
sentence. But, well, and now in character, you gotta order something.
And what would that order be? I guess if you want to keep it secret, we'll wait till we get inside.
That's
the
a good
order.
question.
You're not telling me you're taking me somewhere without knowing it.
Okay,
Okay.
I wouldn't even attempt to do that.
All right. And after this, we're gonna go to a computer store, and I think there's probably gonna be
Why are
some
we going to a computer
to
store?
get the other parts I need
Shopping.
to make this. Yeah,
I
shopping.
must have been half asleep.
All right.
And a bunch of other places. It'll also cover up the guns we put in the trunk, so.
Red light.
And
All right.
I
So,
park a
well-
good bit away from it, so we don't.
All right.
So it's not like noticeable. Like I guess like a few parking lots away. Like one, I guess. One parking lot away.
You park a while away, and you eventually make your way to Fritz Fried Foods. It is a bakery primarily, but they do a lot of like fried dough, donuts, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Fritz.
Fritz?
What did you say? What was the first word you said?
Fritz. I said Fritz.
That's what I said.
I thought you
promise
said
you-
Fritz.
No,
and it
I
threw me
said
for a loop, 'cause I thought you were about to-
Fritz.
I thought you were talking
I'm
about-
gonna be honest. I heard grits come from his mouth too.
I
That's
heard
but
crazy.
I
I
thought
said a hard F.
I thought it was just his inner Southern going.
I heard
Fritz.
Fritz. I heard Fritz.
I thought Steven said grits, and I got confused because I was like, grits aren't fried.
No, it's not. God damn
You're
my
not
accent.
trying hard enough.
Is it weird? I heard hits.
All of us heard you. Wow.
I heard him correctly. I don't know what you're talking
Only,
about.
only JD was southern enough to understand.
Alright, but yeah, you're gonna order it, right? I don't need to know it anyways.
Yes.
I'll just be right behind you.
Yes, I am gonna order.
All right, so you get up to the front and you see somebody.
I'm right behind you, by the way.
You do not really recognize as you see this particularly punk-looking dude just standing behind the counter, he seems to just currently be shuffling change back and forth boredly.
Don't get much customers, do you?
Yeah, ever since Pops left. Not as good of a baker as he was.
Hmm. Been that long, huh?
You knew Pops?
His name got around.
Well, it should be easy for you. I'm a junior.
That's fair.
Yeah. What can I get you?
You still have the sergeant special?
He looks at you for a second before he grins.
Just dead-eyed. Just.
Sure, come on back.
He's also getting it. I point to the person behind me, which is
a very comparative. It is the grizzled, old, scarred guy with muscles, and then a pretty, very skinny guy behind him with pristine skin, no scars. It is so funny.
That your boy toy, or he says?
Don't call me that.
Back.
This is the age we live in. Ashamed.
Whatever you say, Pops.
To answer it, no.
Okay, that. I thought we all just died. All the characters just got shot.
That would be very funny.
Introduces
a gun shop. They just all get shot.
That was such a change in music. All right.
He leads you guys back as he grabs a duffel bag and slings it over his shoulder. He steps inside a room, and when you guys get in there, he just has a full AK-47 he's pulled out. What can I get you, boys?
Did you Kai? What gun can it be? A pistol that could attract things? So I'm guessing the bigger the gun, the bigger the magnetic attraction, aka the range.
Yeah, if you want something more specified, I'd go smaller gun.
Yeah. Okay. And more. Yeah. How many pistols you got?
Got as many as you need.
Just in case, give me 6.
6? All right.
Any Dragonfire shotgun rounds?
Oh yeah, I got that.
How many cases? Give me 3 if you have it. 3.
Yeah. Give me a second. But listen, guns I can get you those no problem. Dragonfire rounds are a little trickier. Can I ask something? Don't fuck with me. Why do you need these guns? Nobody's looking for Dragonfire rounds to go hunting.
One of my friends wanted it for protection's sake. Don't know why. Don't ask me.
What do you need protection from?
He asked me for it. I don't ask questions from him.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't just give these out. You're gonna need to tell me what the hell you need protection from. Because unless it's a fucking sewer gator, I don't think you need Dragonfire.
Referencing the sewer gators already.
Turns out it was all just gator shapeshifters in the fucking sewer.
Okay. Give my character, give player a second. I got
No
them.
Ethan is just arms crossed, back against the wall, watching this happen.
Oh god, he's not gonna help me. Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
You're in this alone, buddy.
Fair enough.
Hold on. You should totally just say something along the line. My money is money.
I think my money will speak for itself, but to be more specific, we always go after very dangerous things. For instance, right now we're trying to figure out who the hell or whatever the hell's doing the killings that are suspected to be from what the fuck was his name again?
Cropsy.
Cropsy.
Ah shit! I'm supplying guns to vigilantes. Fucking finally, something not boring.
Awesome.
Dude, all I'm selling to is gang members. It's just gang member, gang member, gang member, gang member. Jeez, this is such a relief.
Okay, you got 3?
Yeah, I got 3. Just give me a second. I need to go back to get the supplies.
I turn around when he ducks out. And Max turns around nervously, slightly sweating, and thumbs up to Ethan, and then turns back around like nothing happened.
Yeah. You see this guy disappear into the back for a second as he comes back out with. He's just like holding a bunch of guns in his arms, like just sort of cradling them with dragonfire rounds sitting on top.
Ethan doesn't say it, but he sure does think this. That is the most unprofessional way of carrying guns to a buyer I have ever seen.
Okay. And with 2 cases of pistol rounds, and of course the 3 cases of the dragonfire, and then a very short shotgun, so he doesn't have to fiddle with it. Like a single load shotgun.
It's a single load shotgun that is sawed off to a ridiculous degree.
Hey, he asked for it, so works for me. How much will that be?
Alright, how much would that be in total? Pistols and let's round it around, give you the house special, 50 grand.
Oh, write a check. There you go.
No, he says, putting the check down. You pay with cash.
Is there an ATM near here then?
That you can get 50,000 out of? No. You think you pay with guns with a check? They're gonna ask questions about where this money came from. They're gonna ask me questions about what I got it for.
I mean, I can just get a bunch of bagels as well.
You're gonna buy $50,000 worth of bagels.
We travel a lot. Bagels last a good bit in the fridge.
I do not have $55,000 worth of bagels on hand.
Ethan starts legitimately giggling at this.
Have you bought guns before? Is this your first time doing crime? You're very bad at it.
Oh, Lord.
Listen.
Give me a moment. Just keep the inventory. We'll be back in a minute, then.
Uh-huh. Get the 50,000 cash, and I want the shit traceable.
Oh, Jesus.
Did you say not traceable?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Why I don't deal in credit or checks. It's gonna be cash.
Alright. Where's the closest fucking bank? Is it literally right next to the bakery?
There's a bank not too far from here.
Oh, Christ. Let's hope this won't take long. I'm gonna get 100,000 out just in case. For future expenses in cash.
Yeah. It turns out most, dealers don't accept credit.
Hey, he doesn't know. There was a gun store near his house. He just bought it from there. He doesn't know. He's a good bean, except for these activities.
As I put it, you're very bad at crime.
Ethan just lets you go by yourself, and he just stays down there.
No, I just come by with a giant duffel bag, and I just basically grab half. Okay.
It's gonna be a little more involved with that than that, my man.
Fair enough.
So you go to the bank, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
no, my IRS agent is gonna be here.
You try to make a withdrawal of $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of money.
Thanks for sharing that much amount of money.
How much amount of money?
That's gonna flag a bank. I will point that out.
So,
if the account doesn't have the money.
No, man. You can't just draw 100,000 random.
I know you don't understand this because you're poor, but
You're poor too.
Yeah, I know you can't just draw 100,000 out of a bank, no questions fucking asked.
I'm curious now. I'm gonna look it up.
Pretty sure you can't.
I thought
But also on top of that,
25K
even
was
if
the
you
max.
So you want to draw
You
$100,000? Wow, big expense coming up.
Yeah.
Aha.
Yeah.
You can draw no more than $20,000 from most banks.
Ah,
at a
okay.
time.
So we only allow up to $20,000 in withdrawals. And on top of that, it would seem that your account is... Oh, that's unusual.
In what way?
Your account is marked as non-legally binding expected of suspicious activity by the IRS.
They constantly ask me questions about where I got this money from. All I know is that it's from inheritance. That's all the paper said to me.
So, here. I can't just give you I'm really sorry, but as it is right now, I can't just give you 100,000. I can't just let you withdraw 100,000. Our bank's policy only goes up to 20,000. It's really unfortunate. She seems to think for a second before she looks at you. And then she just goes...
She hasn't put the silent alarm because of the IRS thing.
Well, it's noted non-legally binding. That is how it is written. He doesn't know what to make of that.
I mean, I gave her a decent explanation because that's all he knows. He ain't lying. He ain't lying.
So, it's just this. It's really unfortunate. It's just. Here, actually, there might be something I can do for you. Would you mind coming back to me into my office?
Oh, Lord. I'm gonna die. My character's gonna
I avoided
explode.
all of this.
Yeah,
so what are you planning on buying with this? Oh, lotto tickets.
I don't need
What?
lotto tickets.
$100,000 worth of lotto tickets.
Fuck it. Yeah, I'll follow her back. Whatever. We're in this already.
Yeah, you follow her back as I try to get an
this.
image of her. She closes the door. You hear it lock. And then she goes over to her desk and her entire demeanor changes. She just sits down. Listen, I've dealt with you fucking types before. You're new at this shit. Clearly don't know what you're doing. So I'm gonna make you a deal here. I can get you your money, and I can get it to you nice and quick. But you're gonna draw a little more than 100,000.
And give it to
Some of that needs to go in my pocket.
Oh my god.
I love this woman.
My god, this is amazing.
Lock that woman down
So,
in multiple ways.
How about you take? How about I get out 100,000? You can take 40. This is terrible
right,
negotiation skills.
she
But
just
this is funny.
she just rubs her head. What are you taking the money for? Be real with me right now. What are you, 20?
No, don't. Fucking transparent ass. You're gonna fucking lose your character to just telling the truth.
I don't have transparent. I'm just gonna be shit rolling lying to where I'd be doing that. But I dance around it. I dance around the truth. We're trying to deal with a problem. Of the goddamn I forget Cropsy.
It made it sound so much worse.
So you came here and you're getting $50,000 out to fight a mythical serial killer.
Mm-hmm. Well, 60 because if you
Please
get 40.
give me a quick wit subterfuge.
I mean, I'm not
Please give me a
lying.
quick manipulation subterfuge. You're
Don't
not
worry,
telling
guys.
the
We
truth,
haven't done
though.
anything that's terrorism yet.
Well, no. Well, we are doing against Cropsy. I don't know what about that is lying.
Okay, here's the thing. The half. Are you aware of the concept of a half truth?
Yeah, but that's not a full lie.
It's
Well,
a
no.
lie.
Well, no. I know we are doing this to deal with Cropsy.
I know, but you are omitting important information. You are still trying to lead her away from a greater truth.
What is it? Manipulate? Can I just add what? Oh God, that's one dice. Can I say
That's not
charisma?
even-
Can I say charisma?
That's not even like lying. That's just telling the full truth.
Yeah, because
I guess. Okay, fine. Here, you know what? Give me a charisma persuasion.
Hey, I don't have anything in persuasion, but that's at least one more dice.
I'm gonna say difficulty 4 for a specific outcome.
I'm
So
gonna,
not
yeah.
specify.
All right, well, this is just 2 dice. Let's see. Oh, Lord have mercy,
Jesus.
please.
No, we'll throw that.
Oh, hey, that's 2. I got a crit. This is not against the quarry. This is against a different person, right?
Yes, you can pop it.
Okay, come on. Give me another success.
Getting
That's
to
2.
the quarry.
This is so funny. But this isn't against the quarry.
Is, but I'm not. It's not against it. I'm not counting it.
Let's go! Okay, that's that's 5. 5 successes. Let's go.
You know, normally, I think you're schizo. I'm gonna level with you.
Look in my
But
eyes.
you know what? Don't say that. Don't. That was weird. Don't say that ever again. But listen, I'm willing to bet that you're some stalwart wannabe goody two shoes vigilante, right?
It flips the camera and I just look like a very chibi character, very with a halo over my head. But yeah.
Gun Spider-Man or whatever your deal is. Here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna get out the money. You're gonna give me 40,000, just like you said. But here's how. But I gotta get the money out of here, and I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that for you. But it's gonna require me to do a few little shuffles around. I'll be able to get you the money by the end of the day. I know what exactly, but you told me what the money end goal is. What are you doing in the meantime? How are you dealing with Cropsy?
Oh, well, you know, he has a hook for a hand. I'm basically just making a giant magnet to to at least get rid of the weapon and then figure out what the hell why he's back. Because he's been here for over, 60 years or something?
You are using $60,000 to buy a magnet?
Well, create a magnet, actually, but yes. Multiple magnets from
And
my
what
partners
component are you spending this money on?
Since she knows vigilante, gun.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say gun. No guns, gun. because I found that funny.
Alright. So, I'm pretty sure I know who you're dealing with. She grabs a piece of paper, she writes on it. You bring this to him. You show it. He knows he's gonna get his money.
You get the
And
fuck out of my bank.
I get it out. Also, before I get you out of my bank, I need you to deal with whatever the hell this IRS problem is. Because if they start looking into our actual accounts, if they start looking at the shit we're doing here, we're going the fuck under, and you are getting dragged down with us.
I mean, they don't listen whenever I give them the straight answer. I gave you a straight answer, you didn't believe me. I guess that's just my curse here, I guess.
You sound schizophrenic.
Mm-hmm. I just shrug my shoulders.
Sometimes a lie is more believable than the truth.
I only speak the truth, but nobody ever listens.
Yeah. Yeah, dumbass. Listen, you think I got this far by telling the truth?
I mean, with this
Don't
deal,
be
I
an
already
idiot.
guessed that.
Lie when you gotta. Listen, in this business, only lies get you far. The truth gets you dead.
Can you, since you can only pull out 20, I was getting 60 to have an extra bit for myself. Can you give me that 10 grand extra because he only needed 50?
Does he explain this to her?
Yeah.
I mean, I could just put that 10K in my pocket, but sure, whatever. Listen, all I know is that I'm eating at a 5-star restaurant again tonight.
Thumbs up.
All right. Pleasure doing business with you. Have a lovely day.
And now my pockets are 10,000 grand heavier.
Well, she said that she'll get it to you by the end of the day.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I'll get that after we go on our shopping spree. Okay, I go back to the guy with the note.
Yep. He looks at it. Should have known it'd be her. Alright, I'll get you your guns.
Is it going to be in a giant duffel bag, or are you just going to assemble them into a case?
No, duffel bag's mine. Look at this shit. It's high quality. Here. No, I know... There's only one way for you to get the stuff. Give me a second. You go up front, you'll get your items soon.
Right.
He goes back for a bit, and then eventually comes to you guys with a donut box, with a couple different donut boxes. Alright, thanks for your order. Sorry about how long it took to make the specialty items.
No problem. I'll just walk back to my car.
Meanwhile, there is
by
a
the
cop.
way.
Meanwhile, there's just a cop.
And you
that's
guys, yeah, you
studying
guys
the
get
place.
arrested for parking on a meter spot without paying.
I said,
I was thinking that there was,
park.
there was
That
an
would be so
investigation
fucking
into
great.
the donut shop. I was suggesting an investigation
No,
into the donut
no,
shop.
it's funny if it's completely unrelated.
Oh, lol.
yeah. Oh, Lord. But yeah, we get back, we put the donut boxes in the trunk, and then we go... There's six pistols, a shotgun, and like 5 cases of bullets. There's no way I can hold
I
all
just
those boxes.
sat down there the entire time waiting.
Yeah, but there's no way I can carry all those by myself. So I'm giving at least
You
one or
do
two of the
one by
boxes
one.
to Ethan.
That's not all of it, is it?
I would hope that's all of it. Do we double check real quick?
It's all of it.
Alright, let's get it back to my
He didn't
trunk.
stiff ya.
At least he didn't stiff us. I got stiffed 40,000 already today.
No, you didn't. No. No, you didn't. No,
I show him a phone on my app, and that's like, what? Like $1 billion in my bank account. I was like, look at how low it is. But yeah, we go back to my car. And then we go on the
Have a
shopping
good
spree.
day.
Thank you.
Y'all. No problem. Suckers. As he heads back in. Alright.
I grab a piece of paper that I just find, whether that be a napkin or an actual piece of paper, and I just write scam and just put it to the window as we walk out.
You can see him doubling over laughing.
Whatever.
Alright.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
After all that, y'all managed to meet back up.
Yep, got a few 3D printers along with everything and all the parts. Yippee! And $10,000 heavier, because I guess
the computer store is not as much of an issue. You just go in and buy them.
Yeah, and then after that, we go back to the bank to get the 10,000, then we back to the RV.
Yeah.
When you guys get back, I'm getting back to you. I'm just like,
Monty is asleep.
At least he listened.
He has a Word document set to be on the computer till you like tab out.
Yeah.
And it just explains everything he found.
Well, actually, no. Real quick, this one was definitely written after. Can you give me a intelligence academics for just like having this paper written in a way that makes any sense in the English language? That's gonna be. I'm gonna count that as just a difficulty 3, but you do have -2 dice to doing it.
As a side note, my girl does say Well, I read an interesting book about sewer gators.
Saying I wasn't lying about that?
Yeah, they're not myths.
Okay, we'll discuss that later.
Lovely. Also, I got some information on Cropsy.
Ooh, nice. 5, crit.
All right, 5.
I did have to burn a willpower.
It is very comprehensible, though I will say the bottom of the page is just after you accidentally laid your head on it for a bit.
Looks like at least somewhat my idea might be correct, at least with this glamour one that he highlighted in blue. That's weird. Either way.
Yeah, like the document itself is well written. There's just weird shit around it. Like the font is kind of off and it's written like 1 point too big, but it's still very comprehensible as a reading experience.
What did you learn about Cropsy yourself? Anything to indicate that he may have cursed the hook in any capacity?
Not that specifically, no. Whenever he's seen, he's wearing a black trench coat. He's over 7 foot tall. He has gray skin, deep red eyes, obviously the hook for the hand. No one's heard him talk, and he is slow and lethargic in his movement. Whenever he's seen, it looks like he's popping bones in and out of places before he moves towards you. Also,
Sounds like a ghoul.
Mostly male. I did ask a lady, and she said there is a conspiracy that he changes how he looks.
Maybe that's
due to the
why.
whole popping bones.
Alien gray lizard men.
Maybe that's why the kindred or whatever the hell they want to actually be called wants him gone, because he was mad, just as bad as even more mad about what he's doing than what we did yesterday, I guess.
When did I sleep?
Don't
Oh,
know.
you're awake.
Not long enough to remove your minuses, that's for sure. You know what? I'll say they're actually, give me a, what do I call this? Give me a stamina resolve roll. Or composure resolve. Yeah, give me a composure resolve roll to see how long you slept. And I'm gonna, what's your dice pool on that?
Since resolve is a social, that's a -1, so that's
I'm not counting. Don't worry about the minuses for this.
okay.
There are 2 things wrong with that.
Resolve is mental, not.
It should be a 5 dice.
I was thinking composure. Fuck.
Yeah, 5 dice pool. All right, here's what I'm gonna say.
Wait. Was it composure, resolve plus stamina?
I switched it to composure resolve. Don't worry about the stamina.
Okay.
Give me that roll,
that is
and
a bit bigger.
I'm gonna say that each. So what's the total there? What's the total dice pool?
8.
All right, I'm gonna say that each success is an hour of sleep with a maximum of 5.
Okay.
Now, you still have to take like a good bit of time to research everything and then have the time to resolve the scene. So actually, probably a maximum of 3. You have maximum 3 hours sleep.
Yeah, I feel 3 makes sense.
Yeah,
3.
All right. So with that, I'm going to say that you no longer suffer minuses to social pools and only a -1 to mental pools.
I mean, we're almost done with this day anyway, so. Because it's like what time? Because you said like later in the day, so it's like I'm guessing at least after midday.
But you guys also don't have much time to operate. I do think I'm gonna ask everyone before I just declare this. Do you all want to call the session soon?
I think after we decide what we're gonna do next.
All right. So,
which I feel like is going to be, if I ask everyone, are we gonna go to I almost said Alzheimer's Street, whatever the fuck the street's name is.
AL Street.
AL Street. To like research. And do we take the RV or are we taking my car?
Okay, first of all, what the fuck happened? I woke up like mid-conversation.
Oh, I got the guns. Here's your shotgun and your dragonfire rounds. I'm keeping a few for myself.
Okay.
And I got the guns to make the...
So this is why people wear trench coats all the time when they're hunters.
Also, because of how short that is, you can get kicked back like hell.
It doesn't really matter.
I mean, if they're too close, that works.
If
anyway,
I'm using it, I'm
You're
gonna be more injured if I don't.
Fair enough. And then once we're driving down there, actually, we should probably just take the RV so I can work on the gun while we're there. And everyone research and ask questions about what's happening over at AL Street. Is that okay with everyone? Maria also found something very interesting that I think you may know a bit more about. That there's a theory that the guy we're after.
Theory that Propsy, due to how he's seen sometimes, and the fact that he seen popping bones before you, that he changes how.
Right, shapeshifter.
And it seems like from what you showed that you think
That
it's...
both narrows and does not narrow down.
And you also think that it's a glamour weapon, it seems, from what you highlighted on the dock.
Yeah.
Also, you're not coming through your mic, you're coming through Reese's mic, Beth.
I still understood
I
it.
forgot.
Yeah, no, it's just a little muffled. But yeah.
I forgot I turned off my mic.
What do you think about that,
For a
Mont?
second.
About it being a glamour weapon?
I think it's the most reasonable thing we can assume at the moment.
Being wielded by a shapeshifter? Yeah.
If it's a glamour weapon... Possibly Fae, meaning there's... It's either going to be a fairly easy fight or very hard.
Assuming there's different shape-shifting Fae.
The changing breeds are a little... He just gets a look of... that... Things like werewolves and things like fairies are different enough not to associate. Also, not all shapeshifters are changing breeds, which is... And he just looks, he's like, we have not enough time.
Can vampires shapeshift too in that direction? Okay, because of the original description, gray skin, red eyes, I was thinking of vampire too, but we won't know until we ask him questions, I guess.
If it's a fairy, if it's using a fairy weapon, it's probably not a vampire. I can't say that. I might be wrong, but
remember, it's absorbing nightmare glamour. So I was thinking it's a glamour weapon, and if it knows it from what you said in the doc, it knows how it'll know how to use it. And I would think, at least to me, if the vampires that we met yesterday are upset that it exists, maybe it's a vampire too. I don't know.
God, it'd be amazing to have some true iron right now.
I can ask my dad for iron.
Not what I mean.
Okay.
There's iron, and then there's the mystical stuff that, like, murders fairies very easily.
What?
Well,
God, I need that.
Well, with this
magic.
Well, with this weapon I'm making it, we should be able to at least disarm Cropsy to where we can at least talk, and if it doesn't agree, we can hopefully just shoot it to death. Hoping for the best with that. Because I'll make us each a gun, that's why I got 6 pistols here.
Okay.
An extra one just in case shit fucked up. And if it is the cursed weapon that's doing this, it also gets rid of the cursed weapon, so...
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're... Okay, I think that's good for the session. I think.
Well, here's what I want to know. Because this actually does matter. Are your characters going to sleep and then doing this in the morning? Or because of the time crunch, are you leaving now?
Well, I would assume we're leaving now.
Yeah, I would... Yeah, take the RV now,
right.
yeah.
Alright. That we'll get to that next time, though.
Yeah.
For right now, it's been lovely seeing you all. And join us next time for Hunter the Requiem. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Hey.